What is going on, miners, and welcome back to the Hobbyist Miner channel. Well, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think we're going to go ahead and plug some box miners back in. I got a few. We'll show them to you in just a minute that I'm going to plug in for today. I also need to go ahead and move some hardware over. I got a few ASICs that I want to move over to my ASIC shed. I got a little bit more power. You know, not enough for like a full-size ASIC. I don't have 3,000 watts or more, but I got like 1,000 here or 1,500 there. And so I'm trying to literally max out each of the circuits over there. So we're going to shuffle around some ASICs together. So I thought, hey, let's go ahead and record it and bring you guys along the way. So let me show you what we're moving from my house to the ASIC shed.
Today's video is sponsored by the team over at Quantum Expeditions. Bitcoin mining can be incredibly profitable, but as most of you know, doing it yourself can be complicated and risky. Unpredictable costs, equipment failures, and high energy costs make it very difficult for regular people to achieve consistent gains, let alone scaling up. Quantum Expeditions makes it easy for retail investors like yourself to participate in the vast opportunities of large-scale Bitcoin mining without ever leaving your house. Join a community where you can contribute your knowledge and feedback or learn from the experience of others. Now, for a limited time, you can invest directly in the company through an exclusive Regulation CF crowdfund and earn from the future growth in the industry. Quantum Expeditions just completed their first deployment of Bitcoin miners, 3 weeks ahead of schedule, so now is an excellent time to get involved. Come check out the Quantum Expeditions link in the description below.
All right, so we're going to bring all this stuff over with me. First one we're going to bring over is actually the CK box. This is the CK box 2, it's been crazy. 𝐶KB has been pumping recently, and I thought, man, it's big or small, I might as well get this thing plugged in even for a little bit of profitability, especially when our electric over there is 5 cents. Now, I'm not really sure. I think I'm going to bring a few of these. We'll go take a look in a minute, but I got breakout boards. I got a bin we're going to bring over. I got my bin. All these are from GPU mining server cases. I don't think I'll use a 1200 watt. There are some, the orange ones are the 750 I'll bring over there. And then we got boatloads of these amazing PCI cables from Chain Critical as well as the Veteran Miner. We got some in here too. So we're going to bring this bin with us as well. And then of course, label maker. So we can label everything. I like to put IPs on everything as we change things up. Now, I am also going to bring, let me show you guys over here. This one's been down here heating up the basement a little bit. This is the SC box. I've had that running for quite a little while now, before our recent pump, which has been awesome in here, just stacking coins. So we're going to bring that one with us as well over to the ASIC shed because we have a little bit more power that we can utilize. Now, I still do have boatloads of these little mini ASICs. I mean, these are all different. Goldshell miners are in here. We got iPollo miners, some mini Doges in here. And then I also have, look, we have some more of the original ones right up here. Not quite ready to plug them in yet, but I'm hoping to find somewhere that I can get them plugged in with cheap or free electric and just let those run for eternity. We'll have to see. All right, let's head out to the shed. All right, it's a nice brisk day here in Pennsylvania. Whew, that winter wind. That is what is rough out here, I'll tell you. All right. So let's go out to our, call it our GPU shed, but we do have 6 ASICs in here. Trying to move as many as I can over. I'm also getting some hosted too, which has been nice because we're just slowly getting out of power. All right, so we have a KA3 in here, the K7. This thing's making like $38 a day right now, which is insane. I then have my 300 watt S9i that we have on Brains. I'm going to bring this over with us as well. This guy is on Brains, solo mining Bitcoin, turned down to 100 watts for each of our hash boards. I also want to bring with us, we have the SC Lite. That uses about 950 watts, the newer unit. And then we also have the KD Lite. The KD Lite uses, I think it's about 1300 watts. So I'm trying to get some of these smaller ones over there. Unfortunately, these big boys here, they just use too much electric. I can't move them over quite yet. I might have to look into hosting them. I also have my immersion set up with the XP and the 100 terahash, there's not a chance in hell we're moving these or taking these out. They are here forever. All right, let's get the car packed up. All right, car's packed. Let's jump on the road. So I just thought about this as we're heading over here. We're stopped at a red light right now. The reason we're moving ASICs and hardware over there and kind of maxing out the power there is, one, the electric rate's cheaper. It's about 5 cents versus I'm about 7 cents over here at home. Second thing is I want to get more GPU mining rigs set up at my house, and I just really don't have the power for it. So we're trying to free up as much as we can. All right, we just got over to our ASIC shed. It's a little windy out here, sorry guys. We're about 10 minutes from home is where this is located. It's actually at my electrician's house. We renovated this shed, if you guys aren't familiar with this project. So let's step inside here. Here we are. Give you guys a quick little tour of our ASIC shed. You guys can see we do have some spots open, but we are really close on maxing out the shed. Right now we have a 150 amp sub panel over here with 5 30 amp, 240 volts. So, whew, out of breath carrying that stuff back and forth. So you can see here, we can get up to about 5,700 watts. So we got some room on this one. Can't put a full size ASIC, but we got some room. This one's pretty much maxed. This one's maxed. This one's got a little bit of room. And this one, a tiny bit of room as well. So we got our hardware over here, ready to go. Now, each of our, we'll call them slots, has 2 C13s, C14s with Ethernet. Our ones on the end here have not only that, but also a C19 if we need it. And then if we come down, one of our C19s is being used here with, this is our S21 from Crypto Miner Bros. That actually has that P13 that we're using the cable to convert to C19, so that one's used. And then down here, we have, this is our M60. This is being used as well, uses a C19. So these are extra down here. So we got a few spots. I really wish, if I thought this through when I originally did this, I would have wired C19 to every one of these. But the issue is those cables, even these cables, super expensive. These are all from Infinite Cable, and they're 25-foot runs, all of them, all the way over to our PDUs here. These are from Altair Tech. Love these guys. These are awesome. My 30 amp 240 volts are like $100, these PDUs. So anyways, let me get to work, see if we can play Tetris, trying to see where we can fit these in with our power restraints. All right, we are up and running. We have a little bit more watts we can get out of some of this, but let me go ahead and go through everything we did. It's actually been the next day. I ran home to grab some more miners. We'll talk about that in a minute. So here is our Goldshell KD Lite up and running. We got our label on there. I know I'm OCD. I love to have my IP address listed on these things. It does use a C19 cable, which, man, more and more ASICs are using the C19s. So this spot here, that spot, and the one right below it, I have C19s run, as well as 2 C13s, so I can kind of interchange them. I may have to go ahead and splurge and buy a few more and run them over to our PDUs. This one uses about 1,330 watts, so adding more watts, heck yeah. Our SC light, you're not gonna see here. Unfortunately, as I was talking about, we don't have enough C19 ports, so that's back at my home shed. What else we added? We added our BrainsOS Antminer S9i. This is from our heat bit. I don't know if you guys remember, but this was really torn down. We ripped it out of that heat bit when we had all those problems. And I had to add fans, chassis, and a power supply. I had to hold on to it. It was like one of those like memorabilia type of items. So we have it up and running. It is on Brains, only using 300 watts. We'll talk about that in just a minute. Now, down below here is where we really added some things. I can't believe it, but we're starting to get these box miners up and running. Have you guys plugged in your box miners yet? Have you been running them through the whole bear market? I'd love to hear. So we ended up putting a 1200 watt server power supply in place. I always like to run them with a toolbox liner under it, just to be safe. Don't like to do the metal on metal there, especially when we're talking about electric. So our 𝐶K Box 2 we plugged in is up and running, as we talked about. The SC Box 2 is back home because I only got one Ethernet cable here. Each of my bays is set up for one Ethernet cable. Not really meant for a bunch of these box miners. I hope to find a future home for all of them, get all of them up and running. But we're running the veteran miner cables, red and blue. If you guys want, I'll put a link down below to his website. You can order them, custom cables. We got 1, 2, 3 iPollo V1 series. These are Ethereum Classic miners. So we have all those in here total. We're about 850 watts right now, so we're still doing good with the 80% rule there. And we have everything wired up on wireless. So that's kind of why I went home to get more ASICs, just to go straight wireless with these units here. Let me talk to you a little bit about these units. Let me step outside real quick. All right, we're on the back side of the shed here. It's much, much quieter. I don't think you guys get to see this side of the shed very often. Anyways, a lot of you guys reach out to me about the 𝐾S0 Pros. You love them. You love the fact as a home miner, you can plug them right into a normal outlet. They run on wireless or wired, and they work really well for you guys. Well, last bull run, the iPollos were super, super popular because they were just that. You can plug them into any old outlet. You can run them off of wireless or wired, and they're super easy to set up, very similar to the Ice River 𝐾S0 Pros. Why I like those units, and I always like to recommend them as an alternative for home miners, is I mine with them, but I don't mine straight. Like, they mine Ethereum Classic, right? But I don't usually mine Ethereum Classic with them. I actually will mine to unmineable and then get paid out in my crypto of choice. So Flux or 𝐟𝐫𝐨𝐬𝐿 or Dogecoin or Bitcoin, whatever you guys want, Unmineable flips that for you instantly. So I'll leave a link down below to some of my videos I've done on the iPollos with Unmineable, if that's something you as a home miner are interested in.
Today's video is sponsored by ASICprices.com. ASICprices.com is one of my new favorite sites to scope out true profitability and ROI rankings before I make my next ASIC purchase. Check this out. I can simply enter my current electric rate and instantly see what ASICs are best suited for me. On top of that, let's say I want to find what ASIC miner is most profitable to stack Doge and Litecoin. Just select your algo and bam, there is the Bitmain L7. ASICprices.com has taken things to the next level. Look at this. When you select a miner, look at all this amazing information. Miner statistics and overviews, historic miner prices, daily and 30-day mining revenue, trusted vendors, and much, much more. Go check out ASICprices.com today.
All right, so let's take a look here. We have our iPollo, one of them up and running. Let's refresh that there, 219, 319, and 160. We have our 𝐶K box up and running, and our KD Lite, and finally BrainsOS. So let's log in here. So this is just a normal root. And this is a free OS that you guys can download. Oh man, we definitely need to put on dark mode. There we go. It's a free OS that you guys can download. It does have a miner fee built in with it. So take a look. Our S9i, 3.2 terahash at 300 watts. The GUI is really sweet looking. And look at this, 77 watts per hash board. And the way you do that, and you can run this on a variety of different ASICs, is under performance, there's an auto tuning mode, and you just set it to 300. So it's really slick. I've been getting more and more into Brains. I love to test it out on some of my bigger ASICs here. All right, so let's take a look at our final power. 5,500, 5,800, a little bit high, but we'll get by with it. We really want to aim for 5,760 watts, 5,700, 5,500, and 5,500. Damn, we are looking real good, but I really need more power. So something I'm looking at, this is a 150 amp panel. It's a sub panel from my electrician's house that wires out here. We have 5 30 amp 240 volts. We're thinking about removing this, leaving his house, dedicated with the 200, and pulling out a new dedicated service out here. We're starting to talk to the electrical company, PPL, if we could do a 400 amp, 600 amp, 800 amp out here. Thankfully, he has an electrical utility pole and a transformer on his property, so we could trench it, but I'm starting to talk to them and work order out to see what options we have. It really is gonna come down to how much that transformer can handle, because I am not looking to pay to upgrade the PPL's transformer. Well guys, quick video today, just bringing you guys along. It looks like we still got a little bit of room here, so I'm probably gonna head back to the house, grab some more hardware, and bring it over here to see if we can get these circuits as maxed out as possible. Until next time guys, take care.